Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dak speaking, and this is Holy Shit. So today I saw a video entitled something like Cooking with Yahweh, and I was totally mystified. I, as an atheist, already knew that the Bible was about 80% bullshit and 20% horse shit, but I didn't know it was this little. So I had to do a little research, and this is what I found. So there's this company called Food for Life that is selling a very innovative product. The Food for Life Corporation apparently thinks that biblical bread will help sell its products to American Christians. Perhaps it will, considering the vast majority of them in America. Food for Life claims that its products are inspired by the Holy Scriptures, a poorly disguised euphemism that means that their bread is also inspired by God. What religious person could pass that up? You see, Ezekiel 4:9 refers to a passage in the Bible that describes how to prepare bread with wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, and spelt. The problem here is that the biblical recipe was intended to help survive famine during an upcoming siege, not because it tastes good or that it's healthy for you. Barley and millet throughout history has been considered the poor man's food. Barley is a hardy grain that survives drought and frosts. It also grows in alkali soils. It is usually fed to livestock, but humans can eat it too if they can stomach the flavor. Millet is a bland-tasting grass used mainly in disadvantaged countries to feed the poor, and the seeds are given to birds. It's also found in natural food stores because it's exotic, which means that it's rarely eaten, especially by well-to-do people. Ezekiel 4:9 bread is also expensive. In fact, it was the most expensive bread in the grocery store. A rip-off, if you ask me. Nor did Food for Life complete the recipe. They forgot the last ingredient. Either they did not read the third verse past 4:9, or they were embarrassed by the scatological implications because the last ingredient is human feces. Ezekiel 4:12 refers to bread baked with human dung. Yes, that's right, human shit. I suspect they will probably drop the 4:9 bread in favor of this biblically correct bread. Here's the actual biblical passage. And thou shalt eat as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Funny stuff. Note that some Christian apologists have tried to change the meaning of the passage by saying that the dung was used as a fuel. But this can't possibly be true because you can't use human feces as a burning fuel for cooking. Not to mention that it would stink to high heaven if you did. Moreover, verse 13 explicitly states that it is defiled bread, and verse 14 describes it as abominable flesh. There's no way around it. Biblical bread is made with shit. In verse 14-15, the Israelites complained about eating human shit, so God changes his mind. God changes his mind and allows them to substitute it with cow feces, as if that makes much of a difference. Shit is still shit no matter which mammal species produces it, don't you think? The original bread was made by mixing the wheat, barley, spelt, etc. and forming it with dung into a flattened shape. The dung substitutes for water and it helps retain the heat, like a clay oven would, because it's the first thing that dries out. If you think about it, poor and starving people would not want to use up their valuable water sources, nor would they have access to clay ovens, especially if you are a nomadic tribe being driven through the desert by a crazy scat god. So while Christians are waiting for Ezekiel 4:12 bread to come out to your grocery store, why wait? Buy a loaf of Ezekiel 4-9 bread and crap on it before you put it in the toaster oven. And make sure that you shit on it in full sight of all your family members and friends. It's not only organic and live, but it's in the Bible. Moreover, it's not like eating shit is unprecedented in the Bible. If you have a King James Bible, read 2 Kings 18-27 or Isaiah 36:12, where it talks about people eating their own shit and drinking their own piss. So you don't even need the bread part, and it's completely gluten-free. So I hope you enjoyed this. Peace.
Good times for a change. See, the luck I've had can make a good man turn bad.